FM.
Hello again to another episode of Disability Life Series 2. And I'm joined today by a Welsh Boccia player for the BC2 classification, Tomas Martin. Welcome along, Thomas.
Thank you, Peter. Thank you for having me.
That's all right. So before we get into any other stuff, we first met last year in Largs for the UK Championships, didn't we?
Yes, we did.
For the first time in the flesh, and you did pretty well, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. I did pretty well. I would like to do better, but that you always want to do better, don't you? So hopefully next year.
Of course. And to be honest, my first thought was that you had cerebral palsy, which of course you don't, do you? Um, you've got a rare neuromuscular condition which has certain prognosis.
Neurological.
Yeah, yeah, and is actually a bit of a mouthful, but let me see if I can pronounce it all correctly. Intermediate kinesigenic pa paroxysmal dys dystonic neuromuscular. Basically, what it is just constant and deliberating muscular spasms.
Yeah.
So, I saw a bit online about your story. Your mum was telling somebody about it, and you were saying about um, at 6 weeks old, you had hydrocephalus, and then you had a few shunts put into you, but you started at 8 weeks old. So your early life was a bit of a mismatch moment, wasn't it?
Yeah. The early stages of my life was a bit of a mystery, to be honest, because we were just finding out what was going on with me, what type of condition I had. Was it cerebral palsy, which now we know it's not. So yeah, we're just trying to work out what was going on with me, to be honest.
Okay. And the constant ends of deliberating muscle spasms, does that tend to happen every day, all day? Do you have it under control with medication?
They can happen at various parts of the day, so like it's not like that. I have a number of spasms and that's it. I can have a multitude of spasms over the day and even in the night, so they affect me in the evening as well, and and even when I'm asleep. So yeah, as you can imagine, I'm on a few medications, and I've also had a deep brain, which I've also had a deep brain stimulator fitted. So what that does, it does two electrodes fitted in my brain, and what we wanted that to do was stop the spasms, but but no, but but what they but what it does, it has helped, but not in the way we would have liked. So it it helps lessen the spasms, but it hasn't stopped them completely.
Okay. And um the and then obviously you're Welsh, you're in Wales. How is the early years of school, reception, primary, secondary school? How did it go for you?
Yeah, every year the primary school was a bit difficult because I went to a mainstream primary and we had a few difficulties there, but we I I moved to a special needs primary school then, and that's when I came out of my shell. So and interacted with more people and just became more myself and found my voice really.
You are so okay. Um when so when was the point that you got into a wheelchair? Because I saw on the article with your mum, you were walking for a little bit.
Yeah, I was probably on my feet until about 18 months and then we always knew there was something not quite right, but I was probably on my feet until about 18 months. And then that's when I needed a wheelchair.
All electric all throughout your life.
Um, no, I'm manual for the early part of my life. I would say, I would say uh, probably up until primary school, I was in a manual chair, and then secondary school, I went into a power chair then.
Okay. And so obviously, bocce player. Did you get involved with any other sports growing up?
Obviously, I've tried lots of different sports when I was in school and especially when I went to the special needs point. When I moved to the special needs primary school, I that's when I got to try lots of different sports and find out the sports that was suitable to me and my ability. So yeah, and also I tried Boccia one day and fell in love with it really and haven't stopped since.
And so, in the end, why bocce?
Why Boccia? I guess because of Boccia is such a tactical sport and such and such you have to solve all sorts of problems, and I think that as you progress, that's where it becomes more interesting. But from the start, it was just from the aspect of I was into sport anyway. I love most sports, and it was a sport I could do and compete on the same level as everyone else. So that's what drew me to it in the first place.
And talking about your love of sport, you're a Cardiff City supporter, aren't you?
Yeah, I am, unfortunately.
Not doing very well at the moment, I must say that.
Uh, no, no, they're down in the doldrums at the moment. So yeah, let's not talk about that.
So Boccia, you chose that, and then when was that? When did you start playing Boccia for fun? When was this?
So I started playing Boccia for fun about about 8 or 9. I went to a multi-sports camp near me, and I am this lady called Anna Anderson saw saw me playing Boccia, and she was like, "Oh, you're quite good at this, aren't you?" And she could see I was enjoying it. And then from there, I went to a club in, I think it was Bridgend Barry, and then I started playing it in a club environment, and well, I got to meet lots more people that play Boccia, which was really good, and I just fell in love with it. And
And so what year was this when you started?
oh, now you're testing my memory. It probably would have been early 2000s.
Right, okay, because at that point the Boccia squad that went to Paralympics, etc., was under England and Wales at that point, wasn't it?
Yeah,
And then it got changed to GB Boccia. I mean, now of course it's Boccia UK. So it went through its different stages, didn't it? In the early 2000s, when I was only about 3 years old. Making you feel a bit older here.
yeah.
Um, so you progressed quite well. When when you first started, it was for fun, and then it got a bit more serious. Um, when did you take it more seriously? How long after the full fun part?
Um, well, I probably started taking it more serious when I was about probably 12 or 13, and then when someone when like the word competitions came up, that that sort of put my ears up. So as soon as I knew there were competitions out there, and and we and we could enter them and go to them, that that started the book for me. So yeah, I think the first competition I went to was
Okay. Um,
uh,
Going back a bit more, um, who introduced you to boccia in the first place?
so going back to where I first tried boccia and got into boccia, the lady I mentioned earlier, Anne Anderson, was a boccia development officer for Bridgend, and I met her at a sports camp in Cardiff, and she could see that I enjoyed the sport and loved playing it. So she sort of said, "Oh, come along to our club, and we'll show you the ropes."
Okay. Um, and when did your dad start coaching you?
So my dad's probably started coaching me during COVID. So just started doing some drills with me. Obviously, we couldn't go out to competitions yet because we weren't allowed at that stage. So it was all about just honing my skills and getting better at my weaknesses and and progressing that way.
And would you want in the future to go to Paralympic Games? Is that your aim?
Obviously, if that opportunity arose, yeah, I would love to go to a Paralympic game. I think it's the dream of most most athletes that get into high level sport. So yeah, if that opportunity ever came about, yeah, I would love to.
Um, so obviously I mentioned about it being called England and Wales in its early days in the 2000s that would end up going to games and going Paralympic games and championships and World Cups, etc. When did Disability Sport Wales come along?
Um, so so before disability, I think disability sport Wales has been around since 1985, if I'm right. But going back, we originally had we originally from Boccia, Wales for for and that went on for a few years, and now disability sport have they coordinate the Boccia side now, and hence my role within disability sport. So yeah, we we did have we did have a governing body for called Boccia Wales, but uh, unfortunately, disabilities for have disabilities for control control Boccia within Wales now. So
Okay. And and then how did you get into your role as a butcher coordinator? Is
yeah,
it
Boccia coordinator. So I went all through uni and did my uni course in sports coaching and development, and I did a applied professional project. So in my final year, and I also did a placement with disabilities for Wales, and they had this role coming up. So um, I did my placement with them. I got my degree, and then as soon as came out of uni, I started this role. So yeah, it was a great opportunity for me.
impressive? And how long are you into the role now? When did you leave uni? When did you start?
So I left uni in 2022, so that's when I graduated, and I've been doing the role as Boccia coordinator for about 18 months to 2 years now. So I'm yeah, I really enjoy my role.
Brilliant. And so, what exactly are your responsibilities to help put competitions on in Wales? What's
So I promote Boccia from grassroots level to and I help with the performance side as well. So I help develop Boccia athletes for our path our performance pathway. So for that, and I do a little bit coaching as well. So I help the Boccia performance athletes progress to a competition standard, which is really rewarding. I know the grassroots level.
and is this all of Wales or South?
No, all the way also.
Because
I do a fair bit of traveling with that as well, so I get to see different places and interact with different people.
yeah,
So that's a really fun part of my job.
because I looked on the map because I went to Wales last year and it was most of North Wales is a Snowdonia. So I just wondered if anyone was living up there, and then all over. Fair enough. Um, and now, do you have any other interest apart from Butcher and Cardiff City?
um, I like going to music and concerts and festivals. So I'm big into my music, so that's a really big passion of mine.
Any particular genre?
No, well, I like I like punk, indie, rock, all that stuff, but generally I rather listen to anything. So yeah,
Cool.
anything that comes along, I rather listen to.
Brilliant. Um, Last couple of questions now. Um, any plans for this year? I mean, you've got your job role, you've got box competitions, I'm assuming, coming up within the Disability Sport Wales calendar. Um, Hopefully you'll be able to qualify again like you do every year and get to the UK Championships later
Yeah,
in the year.
hopefully more bocce competitions and obviously progress in my role and promote bocce within Wales. So bocce in Wales can grow and expand and we can get more players into the Welsh and the pathway and they can progress onto a competition level then hopefully
Yeah.
bigger and better thing.
And do you recommend anyone to Boccia UK or does Boccia UK tend to come down to Wales and have a look? Because I know obviously Boccia England is a lot bigger and you've got Scotland and you've got Northern Ireland sort of coming in now. But I don't know about Wales. Do they come and have a look?
Yeah, so obviously we've got our pathway which we develop athletes and then we have little camps that we do around Wales. So we would invite we would invite some governing bodies to deliver at those camps. So we may have some coaches come down from Boccia UK and deliver a session obviously whoever progresses on from our Welsh nationals will will go on to the UK Championships, and then obviously they will get seen by Boccia UK, and then if Boccia UK like what they see, they will take an interest and go from there, and then we can liaise with them and tell them what they need to know.
Brilliant. Because I know Wales gets a bit underappreciated, because obviously we don't hear much about Wales these days, apart from when they go to a World Cup or European Championships with Gareth Bale and I just wondered what happened there. We're now going on to the last part of it, which is of course, I always tend to ask everyone. For people with the same condition as you, rare conditions, rare muscular, nutrient-muscular conditions, um, what advice or tips would you give to other people in a similar or same position as yourself?
So with people with neurological conditions such as myself, I would just say just try all the sports you can and just get involved in and and try sport and do it and see see if you don't like it, that's fine. But if you don't try, you don't know. So I would say just get out there and try it.
Brilliant. Well, that's all the questions I've got here. Is there anything else you want to add?
No, just thank you for having me on, and yeah, it's been a pleasure.
Well, thank you very much, Thomas.
Voice. Let's go. Voice FM.